The slam dunk contest is dead. Dead, I tell you. Hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. We are back once again with another Tru Heel Heat Check, talking all about NBA basketball. And we got a special, shorter, abbreviated edition of Tru Heel Heat Check for episode 23. And I'm riding solo on this occasion. Chris G is under the weather. Send your best wishes to Chris G if you're watching us on the premiere in the live chat or in the comments down below. Tell him I hope he's feeling better, and we hope we see him on Tru Heel Heat Check number 24. But episode 23 comes on All-Star Weekend. I am filming this after All-Star Saturday Night, which was an earlier edition of All-Star Saturday Night because people are in Los Angeles to party, not for All-Star Weekend, if you've seen the empty seats in Two Dome. But we got a couple of different topics that we had to discuss for All-Star Weekend. We got the All-Star game tonight when you're watching this. If you're watching this on the premiere, it is tonight. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the NBA expansion plans going on, with a meeting going down with Adam Silver and various stuff going on around the league. So we appreciate y'all if you're watching us for the premiere. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop a thumbs up on the video, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new to Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment. We're here every other week pretty much, or we've been doing it 3 straight weeks with Tru Heel Heat Check, covering everything going on in NBA basketball world, whether it be the trades, whether it be the news, and whether it be our list that we do. And we'll have a new list, a new breakdown. We've want to do 2 episodes where we didn't really have a big list, more evergreen list that we've been doing, where we gave the greatest players of all time, 20 best greatest players. You can see that on the channel. We did the 10 best players currently in the NBA. We did the greatest teams. We'll be doing greatest dynasties, greatest duos coming up very soon. We'll even do greatest point guard, shooting guard, 2 guard, threes. Like we'll do it all here on Tru Heel Heat Check. So appreciate y'all for joining us. Hit the subscribe button and sound off in the comments section. Let us know what you thought about All-Star Saturday Night, the NBA All-Star Game, the world versus the United States. Let us know what you're thinking of this All-Star Weekend in the comments down below. But like I said off the top, there is a lot to discuss in the NBA world, and we're going to start off with All-Star Saturday Night, which, do we need to let the NBA know? Do the NBA need a memo that All-Star Saturday Night shouldn't be headlined by the slam dunk contest? The slam dunk contest is dead. We just need to accept it at this point. All-Star Saturday Night is about the 3-point contest. 3-point contest delivered the goods on this All-Star Saturday Night in my regards. But the slam dunk contest is not where it's at anymore. They've completely killed the skills competition, or should I say Chris Paul killed the skills competition. We'll talk about Chris Paul in a bit here, but we need to headline All-Star Saturday Night with the 3-point contest, because the 3-point contest always brings the goods. And this year it was great. You had Con Knipple, who started off the 3-point contest, getting 27 in the first round. You got Devin Booker, who topped that by getting 30 in the first round. You had Donovan Mitchell, who dropped 24 in the first round. You had Norman Powell getting 23. Jamal Murray, unless he has a Lakers player in front of him, he can't shoot, I guess, in the 3-point contest. He's not good at that. His form doesn't look right for the 3-point contest as well. So I think he was miscast there. And we got to see the return of Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard had a great performance in the first round. He made it to the second round with Con Knipple and Devin Booker making it to the final round. And Damian Lillard went off and was able to remarkably win the 3-point contest. He dropped, I think, 29 in the second round. Just a great performance by him. Devin Booker was one. He had all his money balls in the last rack, and he missed 3 shots in a row, nearly tying things up on the final shot, but he missed it. And I really wish he would have made that, because I think that would have put it over the top, my whole argument that the 3-point contest should headline All-Star Saturday night. I think that it's the best thing about it. Actual stars come out and play. You had Damian Lillard, who's injured, come out of the injured reserve and play in the 3-point contest and win it for the 3rd time in his career. And he's back on the Portland Trailblazers. So it just feels right. Everything feels right in that regards. You had Devin Booker, who's an all-star. He had a good performance, made it to the final round and came close. Con Knipple, who's one of the best rookies out there, a Rookie of the Year candidate, if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg being the odds-on favorite to win the Rookie of the Year beginning of the season and during the season. And yeah, I think that it just needs to headline All-Star Saturday night. Like, I watched the clips of both the 3-point contest and slam dunk contest, and slam dunk contest, it's just dead. You have nothing but rookies or role players like Jackson Hayes in this. And Jackson Hayes, you embarrassed us. Us Laker fans, you embarrassed us with your performance in this All-Star slam dunk contest. This man just did a game dunk. Not even like a tomahawk. It was just a dunk. He just did a dunk in the first round. And how did he get a 45 for that? That was ridiculous. We need to change the judges. We got to change everything. We got to change the format on the slam dunk contest. Like, horrible. Kashad Johnson of the Miami Heat, he won the slam dunk contest. He had great dance moves. He didn't get a 50. He got a couple of 50s on one of his dunks. I think that what's his name? Bryant from the Spurs. He had probably the best dunk of the whole alley-oop to himself and between the legs. That was the best dunk of the whole entire slam dunk contest. But just retire the slam dunk contest. It's over. The days of Vince Carter, the days of Kobe Bryant, the days of Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine, it's over. It's been 10 years since we had a quality duel in the slam dunk contest. We need to give it up. We need to tap out. We need to tap out on the All-Star slam dunk contest, either as a whole or at least as the headliner for All-Star Saturday night. It's a downer to end All-Star Saturday night with a guy who doesn't know the rules and just does a regular dunk. Bryant, who I said had the best dunk of the contest, he lost because he didn't understand the rules. He had one more attempt regardless of time, and he rushed and did a not so good dunk to end the whole thing, and that gave Kashad Johnson the win. So just give it up. It's dead. It's a dead cause. No stars want to play it. Mac McCollum apparently was told not to be a part of it because some NBA players didn't want to be a part of it because they knew Mac would win. So we lost the little niche that we had where we had a G League player who won the slam dunk contest 3 years in a row. We had that little niche to it for the last couple of years, and then we lost that, and it was nothing but rookies or no-name people. So let's just give it up. Let's just give it up at this point, or just not make it the headliner for All-Star Weekend. It just can't do it. Can't do it at all. But we got some changes to All-Star format this year. It's not East versus West. It is 2 USA teams versus the world in this year's All-Star game. So I'm going to pull up the lineups for the All-Star rosters because there's been some changes that have gone down. So USA stars, you got You got Scotty Barnes for the Toronto Raptors. You got Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns. You got Cade Cunningham for the Detroit Pistons. You got Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons. You got Anthony Edwards for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And you got Chet Holmgren for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks. And Tyrese Maxey for the Philadelphia 76ers. So that's the USA Stars team, and they're going to be head coach is going to be from the Detroit Pistons, JB Bickerstaff, well deserved. Then for USA Stripes team, you got Jaylen Brown, you got Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks, Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics, Kevin Durant from the Houston Rockets. You got De'Aaron Fox from the San Antonio Spurs. You got Brandon Ingram from the Toronto Raptors. You got from the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James. You got Kawhi Leonard from the Los Angeles Clippers, who almost didn't make it, which was a damn crime. If Kawhi Leonard, the way he's played through the stretch where the Clippers have gotten back into playoff position, if he didn't make the All-Star game, throw the whole All-Star game away. He's averaging 28 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, would have been crazy. So I'm glad he got in because someone else got injured. A lot of injuries with this one. Cleveland Cavaliers, you got Donovan Mitchell. And from the Golden State Warriors, you got Steph Curry. Then they're going to be head coach from the San Antonio Spurs, Mitch Johnson. Then from the world team is something else. It depends on how hard they're going to play, but we'll see what happens. You got Denny Avina from the Portland Trailblazers. He's averaging 25 points per game, 6 assists and 7 rebounds, so quite the line from him. MVP candidate from the Los Angeles Lakers, Luka Doncic. You got from the Oklahoma City Thunder, another MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. From the Denver Nuggets, he is now back, Nikola Jokic. You got Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets. You got from the Miami Heat, Norman Powell. You got from the Houston Rockets, Alperen Sengun. You got from the Indiana Pacers, Pascal Siakam. And from the New York Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns. From the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama. And from the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And their head coach is going to be Darko Rađanović from the Toronto Raptors. So USA, y'all got to get washed. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, Luka is going to be playing with a time restraint. I think Shai is probably not going to be playing in the All-Star game. And I know Jokic is probably going to be on the time restraint. But I think the combination of Wemby, Giannis, who might be on a time restraint as well. A lot of these players on the world team might be on a time restraint. But I feel like Victor Wembanyama, in comparison to everybody else that I named on the USA team, on the world team, he's going to play the hardest. I think him, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Chet, when he's against Wemby, will try to play hard. Yeah, no one on this Stripes team. Maybe Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown might play a little bit. Brunson might play a little bit. But Durant, LeBron might play a little bit because he wants to, show out. It's a Los Angeles, and Kawhi will try to play a little bit, but it does say that Steph Curry is injured, so he will not be playing. It says here, and it also says Sengun is a injury replacement for Shai because Shai will not be playing. I should have read the finer notes of this, but he is named an All-Star, and Giannis will not be playing. He's injured. He was the coach for the Rising Stars game. He was entertaining and talking shit to Taco Fall. But this also game's going to be trash. You got Giannis out. You got Shai's out. Steph's out. You got who else is out for this one? Yeah, that's the bigger names that are not playing in this one. And that might hurt the world team, especially if Luka's on a time restraint. I think Jokic, he don't care about most of the games. I don't know if he's going to care about this one. But yeah, I think Wemby is going to have to carry hard for the world team. I think if the world team had Shai healthy and Giannis healthy, this will wash. They're winning this easily. I'm going to point to, let's say, I think the Stripes team, the USA Stripes, No, actually, the USA Stars, because they got young players that are going to play hard. They got Anthony Edwards, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got Jalen Johnson, you got Chet, you got Cade, Devin Booker. These guys usually play in the All Star game, so I'm going to say the USA Stars are going to win this All Star weekend. But I think after this week, after this year, we're gonna switch it. You're gonna have to switch it up like every other year. Do East versus West next year after this year, because the world team would easily win if they had all their players healthy, but they don't. So they're kind of playing with a handicap here. Now, let's talk about the NBA tanking problem. It's been a point of conversation as of late, especially coming off the Jazz sitting two of their best players, Jaren Johnson Jr., who's now injured and going to be out for the rest of the season, and Laurie Marketing in a game that they were up at in the end of the third quarter, and then they sat all their best players down for the fourth quarter, and they wound up losing by 3 points, purposely tanking. That's why really the biggest example of purposely tanking. All these suggestions that I'm seeing, is it that big of a deal? I think it is a deal. I think it is worth talking about. There is a tanking problem when people are purposely sitting down players to lose on purpose. But a lot of these teams that are in tank mode, they're in tank mode because their teams are just not that good. The Jazz on its own, they don't need to sit down these players. They probably would have lost that game regardless. But the fact that they do, and doing it so openly and brazenly, I think that is where the problem lies. I think that there needs to be some type of like, and there is fines in place and stuff like that, but I don't think that it's as big of a problem as people are trying to make it. I hear people suggesting that they should abolish the NBA draft, which makes no sense at all. It's one of the bigger draws of any of the drafts when it comes to the NFL. NFL is probably the biggest one that has like the coverage, and it's this big event, and it allows lesser teams that are not taking. They don't do a lot of tanking in football. You're either good or you're not good, and if you're not good, you're going to be number one in the draft. Whereas the NBA have lottery stakes. Like the worst team that loses all the time, 9 times out of 10 doesn't get the number one overall pick. They can be in take mode for numerous years. We talked about on the last episode, the Washington Wizards have been in a rebuild for 9 years, and they have not gotten one first overall pick in that time. So he doesn't. I feel like the NBA is the place where tanking does not mean that you are going to get a number one overall pick. You're not going to get a number two overall pick because of the percentages. We just came off of a season where the Dallas Mavericks almost made the playoffs, but they lost in the play-in, and then they won the NBA draft. They got the number one overall pick. I know there's a lot of people that think that's rigged and everything, but I just don't think it's as big of a problem as some people are making it out to be, where they're like, oh my God, we need to abolish the draft. If we abolish the draft, that's the solution. Or if we give more lottery odds to a team that barely loses in the play-in, and they get a higher lottery odds than the team that has the worst record in the league. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I think a lot of these people that are making it a big issue and making it a big problem are pundits on these shows on ESPN and stuff like that, who need stuff to talk about. And this is a big conversation because there are so many teams that are trying to tank, because we have freaking 13 freshmen who might be the first 13 picks in next year's draft. It's one of the richest, most talented draft lotteries that we're going to see in a very long time, with AJ DeBonza, Cameron Bruiser, Darren Peterson. There's so many great college players that are freshmen that are be coming into the NBA this year. That's why I think that it's become this topic of discussion, and why people are making a bigger deal out of it than it really is. This tanking whole problem, this tanking conversation, me and Chris G will talk about it more in depth on Tru Heel Heat Check number 24. But that's just my piece. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Next topic, expansion. So we might get 2 new NBA teams in the near future, maybe into next season. Adam Silver is going to be doing a meeting during All-Star weekend with the NBA owners, where they're going to be talking about the expansion of the league, where they're going to add 2 more teams. It's looking like it might be Las Vegas and Seattle. Maybe we get a reboot for the Seattle Supersonics. Please please. I'm not even from Seattle, and I've wanted the Seattle Supersonics back for a very long time. And Las Vegas has been the home of the NBA Cup for the last couple of seasons. It just makes sense to bring a NBA team over there. I think this is a good decision by the NBA, and it's going to further bring more eyes to the NBA. I mean, Nashville is also another good spot that they could bring another team to the league. There's a couple of other places outside of Las Vegas and Seattle that could be into the question. So I'm very interested, and this is another topic that we'll talk more in depth when I can have someone else to bounce off of on Tru Heel Heat Check number 24, when we get probably the results and what the conversation is and where we're heading in the expansion plans for the NBA. But this is positive news for the growth of the league. And then finally, we got NBA brawls. Before All-Star break, there was a couple of big brawls, most notably the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know about you. I'm in support of NBA brawls. Basketball is back, baby. As long as it doesn't go into the crowd like the Malice in the Palace, we don't need too much of that. But I'm all for NBA brawls. Got me very excited watching that Hornets and Detroit Pistons brawl. And the fact of the matter is, Hornets are one of the hottest teams in the NBA. They're 9-game winning streak was ended by the Detroit Pistons in that game. It was physical. It was down to the stretch as well. It was a close game. So I was very interested in watching. I watched the end of the game when I heard after the brawl had happened. I watched the last couple of minutes of the game. I'm very looking forward to if the Hornets are able to sneak into the playoffs and they're the number 8 seed and Detroit Pistons are still number 1. Inject that into my veins. I want these intense rivalries where you could tell these two teams don't like each other. We need more of that in NBA basketball. It brings up the intensity. It brings up the interest in the league, and especially during playoff time, that's what we need the most. But that is all from me on this occasion on Tru Heel Heat Check number 23 NBA All-Star preview. I hope you all enjoyed the All-Star game tonight. If you're going to watch, if you're not going to watch the highlights like I did All-Star Saturday night, and I saved myself about 2.5 hours or so. Smart decision by me. They got the clips of the slam dunk contest and 3-point contest on YouTube on the NBA website. So I saved myself like 2.5 hours of not having to sit through nonsense and talking heads. And I watched everything for the 3-point contest and slam dunk contest in like less than half an hour. I suggest you do the same. If you don't want to watch the All-Star game, just watch the highlights the following morning. I'll probably watch the beginning and stuff. We'll see how it goes. Heard Luda had an awful performance during All-Star Saturday night as well. Sad that Luda is at that case, but NBA knows how to get people about 4 or 5, 10 years too late. Kind of seems like that with Luda. But that's my thoughts for All-Star Weekend. That is our All-Star preview. Like I said before, the USA Stars is my prediction to win the tournament between the USA Stars, the USA Stripes, and the World. We got a lot to discuss on Tru Heel Heat Check number 24 as we prepare for the second half of the season. So on that episode, me and Chris G will be giving you our power ranking heading into the second half of the NBA season. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, like this video, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new to Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment, and we will be back to talk some more NBA very soon. And if you haven't already, check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our Wonder Man review, breaking down the latest Marvel Disney Plus mini series or new series on that app. You also had Tru Heel Heat Check number 22, where we broke down everything that went down during the trade deadline this year. One of the busiest and robust trade deadlines in a very long time, over 60 players moving back and forth throughout the league. And check out our new series on the channel where we're going back in time and reviewing every single Scream movie, including Scream 1, where me and the Stag King broke down the film that started it all for one of the best horror franchises of all time. But until the next one, until the next heat check from us, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat Check number 23, All-Star 2026 preview. We are signing off until